Hey, you may notice in this video that my voice is a little deeper than it normally is. The primary reason for that is because I've been pretty sick the past couple of weeks, which is why I haven't really been able to put anything up. But I've been getting a bit better, and I didn't really want to wait on this any longer since I've already lost quite a bit of time, so yeah, Mario Party, let's jump into it. So you may not know this about me, but I love me a good game of Mario Party. For me, it's great to get a group of friends together only for them to inevitably hate me by the end of the night. That being said, I've been wary of the series the past few years, as the series has tried innovating in various ways, often sacrificing fun in the process. So with the new Super Mario Party for the Switch, I was skeptical to say the least. Despite that, I decided that I wanted to give Super Mario Party a try. And believe it or not, my impression of the game is actually fairly positive. The main mode of the game, like any Mario Party, is going to be the 4-player party mode. If you aren't familiar with how this mode works, I'll sum it up for you real quick. Your main goal in Mario Party is to collect as many stars as you can. In this game, you'll do this by reaching Toadette and paying for the stars using coins. The person with the most stars at the end is the winner. If 2 players tie, then the player with the most coins between them will win. You can get coins in various ways, but the main ones will be either by stepping on blue spaces, side note, red spaces will take them away instead, and by playing minigames at the end of each player's turn. These minigames have several different variants. There are 4-player variants where it's everyone for themselves, 2 on 2, and 1 versus 3. There are also 4-player cooperative minigames, but we'll get to those in a little bit. For those familiar with the Mario series, this should all sound relatively familiar, as this was the formula that has been well tread throughout the series. What isn't as well known is the new Team Co-op mode. This mode will allow 2 players to team up in an attempt to once again get the most stars. Things are a little different though, as instead of each person rolling separately, both player rolls on a team will be added together, and then both players will freely move throughout the board. The players will still try to get stars from Toadette, but instead of simply passing by her, you actually have to land on the same space she is. This means that you may not be able to reach the star even if you started right next to it. However, this also means that if both members of the same team land on the star at the same time, both players will be able to get a star for their team. One thing new to both versions of the game is the ability to obtain teammates. Teammates will give you more versatility while trying to move around the board, as unlike past Mario games, each individual character has their own unique die. So, whenever you gain a new teammate, they will give you their die to use as well. Also, whenever you roll a die, your teammates will roll as well, adding up to a possible 2 to your roll for every teammate that you have. So if you end up gathering a large amount of teammates, you can end up blazing through boards extremely quickly. What's also interesting is that there are certain mini-games that incorporate these teammates as well, making the focus on getting teammates a worthwhile endeavor.
Start!
An unfortunate setback is that the boards are somewhat lacking. First off, there are only 4 of them. And it may just be my nostalgia talking here, but except for maybe Whomp's Ruin, they don't seem to hold the same magic as some of the boards from the first few games. This could be because they needed to make maps that would work both in free-for-all and team play, but it's disappointing nonetheless. Also, I have a bit of a problem when it comes to bonuses at the end of matches. So, let me explain. In Mario Party 1 and 2, and I believe 3, but don't quote me on that, bonus stars are added to give players who actually played well a little bit of boost to counteract the randomness of the game. These were done in the form of the coin, minigame, and happening stars. The coin star was given to the person who gained the most coins throughout the game, while the minigame star was given to the person who won the most coins in minigames. The happening space star was basically there for shits and giggles. This way, a player that was playing well would still have a chance to win, even if they just had bad luck throughout the game. The bonus stars in Super Mario Party are a little too random. For instance, You can receive stars for both gaining the most followers, but you can also gain a star for gaining the least followers. I mean, yes, that adds some uncertainty to the end of the game, but it really makes it more frustrating than it should be. If you're interested in a more co-op/friendly adventure, you can always play the Rapids mode, where up to 4 players can boat through various obstacles while trying to reach the end of their journey before time runs out. While moving downstream, you can also run into balloons that will allow you to play 4-player co-op minigames. And depending on how well you perform, you will add more time to the clock. The mode is a fun diversion, but overall adds very little to the experience, and probably won't hold people's attentions for more than a playthrough or two. Which is unfortunate, because in order to beat the game, you'll need to play through until you've seen every outcome in Rapids mode. The tedium of this mode could have been made better if there had been more co-op minigames. But odds are you're going to get sick of seeing some of the same minigames over and over and over again. The final main mode, besides playing minigames on their own, is a single-player trial by fire. You unlock this after unlocking every single minigame. This mode can be a bit of fun, but it's basically just a minigame rush, with some side objectives that must be met in order to complete the game. The last mode allows up to 4 players to play a set of rhythm-based games that require precise timing in order to gain the most points. But it kind of felt tacked on. And the fact is that a lot of these minigames probably would have been good if they had just been added to the main mode. I think this feeling ends up incorporating itself into most modes in Mario Party, where it seems like there are a bunch of good ideas that just didn't get enough time to make them feel great. So that's the overall synopsis, minus a few additions that don't really affect the overall game. But with Super Mario Party, I want to do something new. I want to create a list of things that I like about the game, dislike, and a list of things that I love. So, for things that I like about this game, is I like that the game is a callback to classic Mario Party, and not the conjoined annoyance that was Mario Party 9 and 10. Sure, there are those who probably like those games, but in my opinion, they kind of sucked. I like that the boards are fun to play, even though I don't think that there are enough of them, and the ones that we do have aren't really as memorable as the games of the past. I like that Bowser is a main playable character for the first time. I like the character exclusive dice, as I think that it actually adds a bit of tactics into the game. I like the teammate mechanics, and I really think it actually livens the game up. I like the callbacks to the original Mario Party, from the opening to the minigames that kind of act like less annoying versions of earlier games. On the flip side, I dislike that each mode doesn't feel fleshed out enough. I dislike that Bowser's minions weren't replaced with actual characters. Like, I know that Boo has been playable before, but we could have had King Boo or Lady Bo to spice things up. Instead of Koopa, we could have had Kooper. Instead of Goomba, we could have had Goombario. Yes, I'm a Paper Mario fanboy, fight me. I just felt that they could have given us more unique characters rather than bad guy number 1, bad guy number 2, etc. That being said, I still liked Monty Mole. I dislike that it's way too easy to miss the unlockable characters. In fact, 2 of them are hidden behind the single player mode, and I didn't even start playing that mode until I'd played quite a bit of the multiplayer modes first. I love the amount of effort that went into making all of the characters' animations. Seriously, a lot of effort was put into each and every one of them. I love that a lot of characters have unique interactions with each other. I love watching Monty Mole's expression when he has to try and hit fake Monty Moles. Oh, look at him, he's so panicked. I love watching Bowser preen himself. Oh yeah, I'm the prettiest princess. So as far as Super Mario Party goes, I'd say if you're a fan of Mario Party, this is definitely a step in the right direction. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's great, but at the very least, I think it's something that we can build off of. If they do another one for the Switch, I hope that they do some unique endings like they did in Mario Parties 1 and 2, or possibly add some unique costumes for every character like they did in Mario Party 2. Granted, that would be very hard for the huge cast that they had for Super Mario Party, but it would still be a really cool idea nonetheless. I also would like to see some more unique characters rather than just, the Bowser enemies. Like I said, maybe swap them out for some actual named characters instead. like Lady Bo or Toadsworth, or there's someone that would probably be really good, but I just can't think who would be a really good playable character for Super Mario Party.
You could say my hat is off to you.
Thanks for watching my review of Super Mario Party. I hope that you liked it. The next game on my list is Soul Calibur 6, and then after that I have the game To Trust an Incubus, and I hope to get those out relatively quickly because almost immediately after that I'm going to be playing some Smash Brothers. I've also been retooling what I was considering my older game reviews into more retrospectives instead. Mainly just because I think that they work better as retrospectives instead of reviews, but I'll come out with the first one of that relatively soon. For those of you who enjoy watching Lore Dive, we do have another one coming up really soon, so I hope that you will enjoy that when it comes out relatively soon. If you are new to my content, please feel free to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I am a little baby channel, and I need to grow, and I can only do that if I get subscriptions. So please like me, please. I love you.